first we have to understand what even is a failure. And a failure is, you only fail when you fail to learn from an experience, a bad experience that you had. Let's say somebody always asks you to borrow money and they always pay you back late. You know, they always have excuses. Sometimes they don't even pay you back. And you keep giving them money, you're failing because you haven't learned from that experience. However, somebody excuse me, somebody asks you to borrow money and they don't pay you back, and they ask you to borrow it again and you say no, that wasn't a fail because you learned from the first experience. You understand what I'm saying? You only fail if you don't learn something. If you learn something, it can never be a failure. That's the mindset that you have to have. Every single time something doesn't go your way, just learn from it and you can never fail. You will always continue to get better until you can't not get what you want. You feel me? But let's just say something doesn't go your way at all. You know, you had a big job interview or a big sports tryout and you didn't make the team. What are the actions you need to take immediately after that? First of all, you need to immediately get back on your shit. You need to immediately, with speed, get back on your shit. You can't take no time to be sad. You can't take no time to be like, damn, I didn't make it. You can't feel sorry for yourself. You have to immediately get back on your shit. Immediately get back. Immediately try and learn from that experience. Because compounding is very real. And let's say after the job interview, you didn't get the job, you know, oh, let me just go chill, let me go drink, you know, let me just relax. You keep doing that, you compound that behavior until you see your life going in a negative spiral and you don't even know, you didn't even see it coming. You understand? You need to immediately, with speed, get back on your shit after each failure. You need to turn that failure into a success as fast as possible. You need to start getting back on the habit that's going to make you successful as fast as possible. And then compound an upward spiral. Because what is compounding? Compounding is when something just keeps building up and adding up over a period of time. That's what compounding is. So if you keep, let's say you fail something and then you just go into bad habits and then you just do more bad habits, and it's going to become more bad habits and it's going to be harder for you to even get back on your shit. That's why you cannot let up at all. You fail something, you immediately get back on your shit. You immediately get to looking into how can I learn from this? What can I do better next time? What other endeavors could I do? What else, where else could I apply, You need to immediately get back on that shit ASAP. Because you need to immediately compound that good behavior. Like I said, you only fail if you fail to learn something from the experience. And you fail if you feel sorry for yourself after the experience. However, a successful person will have a positive mindset after everything, and they will never let themselves go into a negative spiral. They will understand that maybe this is not the right time for me to have this job. Maybe this is not the right time for me to be on this team. Maybe the world is still preparing me in some ways. Maybe I still need to grow as a person. These are all the things that a successful person will think after a failure. Whereas a broke person will think, man, fuck them, man, excuses, it wasn't even my fault. Man, maybe that other person. They'll always think of an excuse. Because people don't understand that being broke and being rich is all a mindset. It's all a mindset. It's a lens that you can put on and view the world. You can view the world as a rich man if you have $0. That's what people don't understand. You have to be rich up here first before you can be rich in this physical world. It's all a mindset. So a rich person can never fail. Even if they don't get what they want, they will never look at that as a failure. Why? Because they will always learn something new. A poor person will fail and they will give up. A poor person will fail, they will make excuses. A poor person will fail, they will blame other people. We don't do that. We rich. You rich. Just because you might have $0 in this physical world doesn't mean that you're not rich up here. You have to be rich in your mind first. You will never be rich in the physical until you are rich in your mind. You have to see yourself as a rich person. You always have to view the world from a positive lens. Andrew Carnegie, the richest man of all time. When you factor in inflation, when you factor in all Andrew Carnegie is the richest man of all time. One of the most successful businessmen of all time. The most successful businessman of all time. Up there with Rockefeller. What did he say his most important attribute was? The favorite thing, his best thing about himself that he always did was view the world from a positive lens no matter what. He said that's more important than money. He said that's more important than anything else. It's to always view the world from a positive point of view and never be negative. That's the difference between a broke person and a rich person. A rich person will never feel sorry. A rich person will never be negative. A rich person will always have a positive mental attitude, regardless of the situation. And they will always know that I'm finna be good. A poor person will always look and be pessimistic, look at the cup half empty. Like, damn, bro, man, fuck that shit. Man, let's go. You feel me? So if you want to be rich, after a failure, you must immediately bounce back and learn from that shit and then keep going. If you want to be poor, don't do none of that.